that was something that took her a longer time to actually do, because we've been actually wanting her to channel, like, out loud and proud for pretty quickly, I think, after the angels started speaking to her. But she had a misunderstanding of what it meant to share these things. She was afraid of how people would react to her strange ideas. But they're not, frankly, not any stranger than any religion that has come from connecting with the divine source and the visions you might get, the feelings you might get. It's really not any stranger. So what? Angels and dragons, and it's fun. And my sister, she never really been much into dragon mythos. I mean, she read a few things that might have dragons, but she also read fairies and elves and science fiction, nonfiction, from a reading family. When you're in as many of those reading competitions that my sister got into, at least 4 years in high school, then you read a lot. You end up varying the type of things, like the westerns or whatever that you're reading.
Who else were you present with? Like, who else do you spend time on Earth with? Who do you spend time on Earth with?
Oh, joy. Oh, I was with Mom. Around a lot with Mom. Chris. I'm around all my nieces and nephews and their children. And of course my mom's there too. She would never not be. Not Vicky Jane. Not Vicky Jane. She would never not be. I'm with, of course I'm with Dixie. I've warmed a little place inside her heart too, through her link, through Angie. So I get this experience, like, her from in the same way I'm doing Angie, because they're twins, and so it's, well, Irish twins, but they do have that aspect, and since they embrace that aspect, they've acted very twin-like a good portion of their life. And Angie always like, sort of allowed Dixie to make decisions about the things they did, and that too built a place. Like, so it was very easy for me to think around, like, from Angie to Dixie. But there's a piece in me. There's a piece of me, actually, in everyone. My class was cherub for quite some time. Um, People are under mistaken impressions about those things because it is a very astral realm. And right now I will share with you what we taught her about the angels. One, we're not male or female at the level that we're speaking to her from, through. We can change our sex at will. We are both male and female, very accepting of that, and we can change it and make it solid as the realm we're in. Um, that was one of the things that we very much want people to understand. This whole thing that we're having because of people's misunderstanding of God, religion, and their need to just stick with the old and not experience for themselves what it is exactly that Jesus was talking about anyway. They're more reliant upon people to tell them, but God is experiential. No one can actually tell you what it's like. You have to go. I mean, we can describe to you, but Angie is aware, like, the images that she got and how her brain translates it is the way her brain does. Someone else who is communicating with the angels and their higher self may see realms in a whole different way. It is about the individual angelic connection or divine connection with the human. That is the suit that we put on and experience communicating fully, experiencing all the variances of motion, all the variances of senses are uniquely serving to teach knowledge of love to the angel that has created this perfect genetic holder, this body, for what they need to bring forth through from their angel, from the other realm. So Angie feels like, and she's probably right, that her body had to go through the physiological change in order to house that power, the power that she was going to find that her angel had. And like when the angels first spoke, one of the first things that they ever said to her was, like, because she asked them, why me? Why me? And they said, you are a sex magic angel. And that threw her for a loop. And my sister's too curious for it to take days to get back. But it may have taken a couple of hours to get back to the angels and ask them what they meant. And upon which they showed her, because she had not yet discovered her body had gone through a physiological change. They showed her by showing her a very good video that she liked, a lot of beats, a lot of music, a lot of dancing, and her body reacted to the beats, especially the beats was one of the first ways she figured out, whoa, what is this? And I will tell you, she thought she was going crazy. I mean, there was part of her that considered that she was going crazy. And she was like, well, how do I do so? And this is my sister's thought pattern. How do I do so in a way that I can continue to live in a 3D realm and be a helpmate to my husband? It's just like, how do I go crazy in a way that's healthy? Like, but she wasn't going crazy. She was experiencing a very real new self that she was going to have to get to know. And it took her going all the way back through all of her lives to understand how it led to this. But that's not what we were searching for. We knew, like, her angel, that's what she does. And now Angie wasn't like she'd never heard of sex magic. She believed that she and her husband had that. Just never imagined that that would be an angelic calling. She didn't really think much on the angels, on angels. Of course, she'd heard about, like, the archangels, and of course Lucifer, and all, the rest that are in that story. But she hadn't really thought about it and what they were like. She told me that it was weird because she always thought of it as like she did when, they're druids technically, and when they would do the rituals, which is not always because she's chaos, but when they would do the rituals, she would feel a buildup of energy. And that's just when she did the ritual of the lesser vanishing pentagram. I think that's what it's called. Where you call the angels. She was thinking of them in the very same ways. So there was this one incident where she's like, I don't understand, I don't know. You guys came and I didn't even call you. And Michael goes, yes, you did. And she went, huh? No, that doesn't count. I didn't do a good job. It was so funny. It's like, you did a ritual to call us. I'm like, yeah. But she really didn't think of it that way. She thought of it more as like the sphere of protection. It was just another way to feel protected, to call energies to protect you. She did not think about them as having personalities. And we do. We do. We have personalities. We feel feelings, gamut of them. We do, especially if we're working through an empath. Yeah. Because they're good at sending. There is an active form of empathy. It's not just a passive power. The active form of empathy is sending. And you can always feel that when she does. If it's anything but love, it comes from the head. There's like you can feel it going out from the head. With love, it goes out from the heart, always. But any other emotion, like if she's mad at somebody, a lesson, she'll realize she's sent if she feels it come from her head. And she does her best not to do that. That's why she's gone about trying to just basically say, you know, I don't have to have a karmic buildup. Any little trouble that, like, somebody hurts my feelings, whatever they do, go ahead and just write it off, guys. I'm done with that kind of stuff. I don't want those ties to bind. The ties to bind that I want are love and unity. And so that is the way my sister set it up. Wow.
We had a question.
What is the question?
Can you get a message from my grandmother White?
Definitely.
Oh,
Hold on just 1 second.
I have.
Yeah. Go. Please talk to us about.
Well, Dottie, she came to me, so you want her to speak? It's okay, love. What they did. It's okay. Angie was able to see on the spirit realm what was going on. She has helped a whole boatload with what they call a succubus that was definitely attracted to our family for years. I think what my mother did to us, did to me, did to your grandma. She passed off something that was happening to her and Dad. It was like passing off a spiritual fight that had been happening. Succubus, Angie would call it. But they don't have access to us anymore. She got rid of a whole lot of succubuses that were dealing with your family and hers. All this past trauma she's been dealing with. She did not know that was her lot, but part of the remembrances was also that her mom, she let her mom speak through her, she let her grandmother speak through her, both of them, and she let me speak through them. She was willing to take on mine too. And she and I have developed a really beautiful relationship. You don't have to worry. We've gotten rid of that debt or whatever was trying to go on with people who don't understand and who have been trying to control for pain and fear. She has righted a whole lot of that for us. And she cried. Oh, did she cry? But you use a good impact for that, and you can release a whole lot of karmic debt. You can let go of a whole lot of pain, and she let us through her. And this is why we wanted to start speaking through her, actually. Is like she doesn't really, but like any other grandmother, she probably would have said, well, if I know their angel, but she has definitely talked to me. And so since she cared enough, a lot of the angels actually come to her. They do. They love it here. And hey, it's a party. It's a party because well, she has a baker angel that takes the love that we create together, all of us. It's yummy, and we cook it in everything. You don't have to eat there. You want to eat. And it doesn't affect your body because you have not a body like that. that one that gets affected by overindulgence, because you don't have to eat, you can. You don't have to drink, you can. So I hope that helped, because there was a lot of pain, a whole lot of pain. But because I had already went through all of that, um, I don't have any pain about what mom and dad did. Um, no, no, because all of that comes out in a proper place in Valhalla. You can easily, um, well, through her, because she wanted for us. You could go, well, you did me wrong, instead of having to come back from, like, into the world. There's a battlegrounds called Valhalla, and she didn't even want it, but she fought for it for us. And now, like, when we want to try to shed some karma or shed some light on a situation, we go and do whatever battles. And they're not all like physical power battles. Some of them are just battles of like intellect. Those are a lot of fun too. Well, most of them actually have now become battles of intellect. But there's still some enough hay in your face. I've never heard that. Thank you, Johnny. Hay in your face. I'll have to take that one. Hay in your face. Well, that was interesting. I have had her speak through me before, but I had intended really just for joy to speak, because she wanted to. But also, when I made those plans, there was only like, really only just like, I thought I only had an hour. And there is a lot you can get through if I don't stand in the way. There's a lot the angel can get through. But I tend to, like, I think I did a good job this time, but I tend to, like, take over for Joy or take over for one of the angels and realize, Michael was talking, and then all of a sudden, here it is me. Yeah, but that's just the way we seamlessly work, because that's the way we worked during the time when I needed them for. We were, well, it wasn't even just like, well, I'm going to look through my past lives for what caused anorexia. I was getting visions as I was trying to distract myself from what was going on with my body, the new things that was going on with me. So I would be like, yeah, I remember this, or yeah, when I was at Brielle, this, and then I might get a vision. And then when it was really bad, that's when we thought it might be anorexia, but I would want to avoid it, and I'd go, what? Like, Malkuth would, and he's the seer, and he would be like, what do you mean, what? We both saw something. What did you see? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, you do. Let's jump in. Like, and that's the way it would be. It would be like Malkuth could, like, jump into it, and then we could expand it so that we could fully see or understand what I just saw. And that's how I experienced all of the new things that I learned about my past lives, because there were some things that I knew, and Lyron, I knew most of his life, most everything, but I misunderstood some details when I was seeing it the first time and stuff, so we were able to get all of that taken care of too. But I knew I have lives. I was aware that there was like at least there were 7 in this cycle, but then also test life was what they called it, and a life on another planet as like a chameleon race. I was a statesman, but I don't know a ton about it, just a little about that life, but it seems to be affecting this life, and that's why. And then and that's it. It was like, I don't really need to know every detail about it unless it comes up, and it comes up. All of it comes right up. And I do intend to talk more about it. I do intend to share more. I do intend to share more. I intend if you have more questions, Deborah, I'll look into it and do a whole like sit down with the angels. I'm off at I got to work tomorrow, but I'm off for 2 days after that. I can kind of sit down with the questions with the angels and with Dottie and like get a further. So if you have any further questions, just let me know and we'll come up with what we can come up with for it. Um, I just continue. I intend to continue doing this because they wanted me to, because they asked me to, and it was something that I didn't realize I wanted to do or that it was on my path because, like I said, I kept my spiritualism to my chest. I felt like that I did have the ability to rip people or whatever, and I thought if I'd stayed in the Christian church, I'd make a good preacher. Like, I probably would have been a really good preacher, but not into all of that. I'm not big on religion, whichever religion you're coming to me from. Just come at me with love and we can talk. Like, just come at me with love and we can talk. Because I'm not big on, like, they're all archetypes. You can use them. Each archetype for good, each archetype for bad. And you just have to decide what your mode is, you know. So, my mode is using all the archetypes. Where do I find the love? Where does that intersect with compassion? Where does that intersect with unity? Because when I look in your face, I see myself. And that means every single one of you, no matter what, sex, color, no matter what. When I look at you, I see myself. And I, for one, think I'm beautiful in everything. And I hope that that everyone feels that way about themselves. Like, if you don't know how to love yourself, it's very, very difficult to be able to project the kind of love that you don't have for yourself towards everyone else. Right? So you have to take that time and fill that cup with self-love, or you're never going to be able to really fully love the persons around you that you actually love. You won't be as good at it. Doesn't mean you don't love them, you just won't be as good at it because you don't know how to love. The only place to learn really how to love is by loving yourself. And that's my take on it. We can only try to do that which we feel driven to do. Put it out there because it's going to matter. It's going to make a difference. You may not be able to figure out what that is. But it will make a difference. Don't worry about figuring it out.
I just had the perfect TikTok for you. Just vanished.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just recorded you for 60 seconds.
And then...
And it just disappeared.
And you can't seem to get back to it.
The one that I made now. You were just talking about how you relate to everybody. The archetypes that you see yourself.
Okay, well, I'll try that. The archetypes, like...
You're talking about when you see others.
Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah. So what I was saying is that when I look, no matter who I'm seeing, from like the first newborn baby to like the oldest person, no matter what color skin, no matter what their abilities or disabilities, I see myself. I see myself. And I, for one, think that I'm beautiful. So I hope everyone understands how beautiful they really are. Because I'm glad that I have so many beautiful selves out there that I can feast my eyes upon and maybe even interact with.
This one disappeared.
There you go.
Let me take you one more time.
Okay, we're gonna get a closing saying from these little tarot that we made. And see, look, the integrated soul man. Deborah, this is what he looks like.
Okay. We'll continue with your reading.
So, let's see what we have to end this day with. It's going to be A whole new way to succeed. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
A whole new way to succeed. So, hopefully, Deborah, you've been given a whole new way to succeed as well, because I feel like I have. I feel like I've been given the key to a kingdom I didn't even know I wanted. Like, I got so excited thinking about doing this, knowing that, didn't matter if people showed up or whatever. It was more like just the excitement of feeling and just letting this creativity flow through me, letting them speak through me the way they want. It's about the connection, the union that I feel when I'm doing it. Most of all, that's why I was like, and I've said it before in one of my tarot readings, that the few that I've done, that I keep them to myself, that I'm a little selfish with them, and I intend not to be so selfish with the angels, and just let them speak through me. I would like to at least be in like a 3 or 4 day habit of letting them speak through me and posting it for you guys.